Water signs, your overall theme for the week is abundance with the Empress card, no matter whether you're male or female. And it looks as though there is some kind of public achievement here. We have, well, the key word being achievement. The sun is shining a big spotlight on your 10th house, your fame point, your career point, the most public part of your astrology chart. And between that and the Empress card, it just sort of says there is sort of success and abundance ahead for you. Not only that, but this is you being seen as an absolute expert in your field. So this feels like your main concern for the week is your career. You are seen as somebody very competent, very sharp, very capable, very, very skilled and top-notch, kind of first class, which is also a very sun in the 10th house achievement kind of vibe here, and an Empress vibe. So what have you been doing? I've pulled a few cards to get us started on your work and on your relationship vibes, so let's have a look. In your work, it seems like in the past you've decided to go it alone, but now you're ready to leave that behind in some way. And there is a new opportunity that is going to fire up your passions that will be riding in for you, it seems. I'll pull more cards on that. And in your romantic or relationship, you have actually in the past entered into something new that you think is valuable and is going to grow in a positive direction. At the moment, you might just be having to keep your own counsel on this, go inwards. There might not be much action or much conversation going on. And coming up, you're being urged not to believe everything you see online, not to believe everything you read about your significant other. Their Instagram page might be a bit misleading. You don't want to be misled by your own negative thoughts this week. I'm going to be pulling more cards on both of these topics and a mystery third topic. So let's get started looking at what this new opportunity is for you in your career. Well, I think you are feeling really fired up and inspired and joyful about your abundance or your career. The sun coming out here is the happiest card in the tarot deck. And it reminds me too of the sun in your 10th house there of achievement. So yeah, there is something that makes you feel really radiant. And it is going to be the end of you grinding away and getting nothing really tangible to show for all your efforts. So no longer will you be kind of waiting for something to pay off and feeling like you're getting nowhere despite all your hard work. That is going to end. Yeah, you having to be patient and endure this kind of mundane kind of work situation. Those days are going. You are no longer going to have to be patient or bite your tongue or hold yourself in balance. That is ending. You've got the message here that action leads to success. So that might feel as though you have been so fired up now, you are filled with motivation and you have decided to act. You are no longer going to tolerate kind of spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. So your energy to lean away from is something that is unfair or out of balance. So that really does just echo this temperance in reverse. This is justice in reverse. So a situation, your current career is not really rewarding you properly for the efforts that you've made, but that is what is changing. So the energy to lean towards is the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing in your favor. If change comes up for you, say yes to it, because that is your golden ticket to move forward. So don't get stuck, don't get bogged down, take action, take the reins and see where this horse wants to take you, because it is going to be somewhere very abundant and joyful for you. It's time to take action. So if you've been holding back in some way as well, or if you've just been procrastinating on something that you know will be a very good endeavor for you to embark on, really, you are getting the message loud and clear. There is really, there is abundance ahead. If you can put in the work, you will be rewarded for it. And not only that, you are going to be so in love with your career. You are going to be so enriched by it. You're going to be so happy. You may even find a soulmate or a true love through this new job opportunity if you haven't got one already. So let's look at your love life now on that note. So let's recap on your love. Ace of Pentacles, this has come out again. So this is saying that there is a new opportunity for stability that came in the past, but you've had to kind of bite your tongue or bide your time since then. And yeah, there's some uncomfortable energy here around communication. And I sort of always translated that as don't believe everything you see online or everything even that you think. There is some benefit in being vulnerable here this week with this new opportunity. There is some real fondness here, looking back nostalgically to old times. And this could be somebody who's touched your heart from long ago, or this, and they've just come back. Or this could be you looking fondly back in your current relationship to how things used to be. There does seem to be a reward here for being more vulnerable. And I'm saying that because the Pearl card showed up, which of course is something treasured and valuable that is created out of discord, disharmony, even pain. And Beehive there, which is rewards, beautiful, beautiful honey for a lot of hard work. And the Symphony card, which is playing together, singing the same song. So things might not be exactly where you want them to be. There might be a painful discussion to have. You might have to open up and be more vulnerable than you feel like you would ordinarily want to be. But there is a real treasure gift here for you if you do that, if you put in the work, and if you get on the same page with your significant other. There may be some mixed signals going on between you and them, or between you and your current love interest. And that's where the Page of Swords in reverse is sort of muddying the waters. Either they're putting on a facade on social media that is sending you the wrong signal, or there's just, mixed signals that they are wavering in their attention on you or their mood towards you. They, it seems, are going through a massive upheaval in their life. They're really changing and going through a metamorphosis. And that is the cause of this. It might not be about you at all. This might be them and the process that they're engaged in. You may need to both be very honest and share quite difficult emotions or, things that are hard to say, pain points that you need to discuss. But you can do the work and get onto the same page here. Well, the end of a tough cycle approaches, and it all comes down to, as I've just been saying, talking about the difficult stuff with each other, getting clear with each other. And if you are single, getting clear about internally where your vulnerabilities are and where your defense mechanisms might still be in play and thwarting you without you kind of realizing it. So it is time to get clear and release illusions. That is another big part of things. Of course, when any relationship starts off, you are in a mutual illusion about who each other is, and that wears off over time and shit gets more real. So anything that you can do to put in the hard work and get rid of the illusion or the aspiration, the idealization is going to really help you. But you can end on the symphony where you are in tune with each other. And remember, this is the end of a tough cycle, so embrace that. Today's third topic for all signs is how to align with yourself. Because of course, when we're in alignment, we can better attract the circumstances into our life that put us on our path that's most filled with ease and grace, your highest timeline, if you like. So what are the issues here? Well, you are at the very beginning stages of something very valuable, some kind of new enterprise, some new activity that is bringing you new stability and abundance. And it might even be some kind of gift that comes to you. Now, this could be a spiritual gift, so you could just feel more connected, more grounded, or you could feel just more abundant and secure. Or this could be somebody actually giving you a gift, somebody in your friend group, because we've got the 11th house indicated here with Mercury. You might have a communication from someone in your network that gives you some new opportunity. And it looks like this could be financial because you've got the moon there in the Capricorn 10th house of achievement in its sort of highest form. It is your public persona, your public esteem. So it is really your career, the heights of your career. So there is some emotional opportunity there to really elevate your career, your public standing, your career. And moon again, more emotional connection here to the power of transformation, the Scorpio 8th house. Now this can also be 8th house issues of other people's money, lump sums, investments, also taxes, the meaning of life, and plumbing the depths of your own psyche, getting in touch with what really motivates you. And I really get the feeling that alignment is speaking more to this issue than anything else. So this enterprise or this new beginning here in stability, in your talents and your gifts, I think you're being asked to really tap in with yourself and make sure that this opportunity is emotionally in alignment with where you want to go in life. And it's okay to take a short-term job or something like that as a means to an end. We all do that from time to time. But I think the universe is wanting you to focus on your emotional drivers here because the moon is out twice in your 8th house of transformation and power and in your 10th house of fame and career and achievement. Like, what would give you the most emotional fulfillment? It might not be climbing a career ladder. It might be some public service that touches your heart, like Meals on Wheels or something like that. Something where you can really emotionally connect with and get goodies from. Now, this opportunity may come through your friend network, the 11th house there, the Aquarian house of friends, connections. It can be hopes and wishes, and it can also be humanitarian aid. It's sort of like aiding your big network of humanity. So there is a message there, or there might be some inspiration coming to you for how you can engage emotionally with your collective in a way that's meaningful and quite powerful to you. What does the universe want you to know about this? Alignment. So you are being asked to follow your joy wherever possible. And it may not be through your day job. So my eyes were being drawn to this career card again, 10th house, fame. You know, fame and material success can be a yoke that chains you to a grind. And yes, sometimes we have to engage in work that wouldn't necessarily be our dream, but you need to balance that out with where you can find joy in life. That is a message that is coming through to me a lot, to spread that really we are here to be joyful and to spread that joy kind of naturally just by our own exuberance. But it doesn't have to be through your job. But you are being asked to connect emotionally with yourself, your deep emotions here. And sometimes you have to trust that choosing the option that brings you the most joy, but not the most money, is the right one for you and will ultimately bring you stability. So if you feel like you are you should take some kind of job or opportunity for your own security, there might be a time to actually think, but what do I genuinely value? And chase that instead, even though you might just be in the dark and not sure where it will lead. Taking baby steps to something that you truly value is going to be really beneficial at this time. You're being asked to lean away from the fear of failure, of not getting something off the ground, of sort of pessimistic thinking that nothing will happen. And also, if your ideas in the past have fallen on not very fertile ground and haven't gotten anywhere, cut them off and move on. Don't be afraid to move on from things that haven't gotten going. But do lean towards the world. This is letting a cycle close so that you can enter a whole new phase in your life, even if it's in your spiritual growth, even if it is you as a citizen of humanity. What is your next step? What is your next venture here? There is something coming up for you, and it is a matter of getting into alignment with what you most value and working towards that. So I hope that helps you. It's a little bit cryptic. It will be different for everybody. But that is the energy around you for the week ahead. And if you'd like your own personal reading, as always, go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com. Meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love, and joy.